Hi, everybody. I'm Brittany Lewis with Forbes Breaking News. Joining me now is Adam Goodman, partner at Ballard Partners. Adam, thank you so much for coming on.
Another election.
Another election, this time the New Hampshire primary tonight. So, first, give us some historical context here. How much does New Hampshire really matter in the context of the primary season?
The word momentum matters. And usually coming out of New Hampshire, candidates have a sense of momentum that often drives them to the nomination. Of course, that wasn't quite in play for Joe Biden. When he won the nomination in 2020, he was out almost out of power coming out of New Hampshire after his defeat there and in Iowa. But of course, he came to South Carolina and rewrote history. But essentially, it's a springboard. As much as people see Iowa as winnowing the field, New Hampshire kind of supercharges the field moving forward.
I do want to talk about that because and by he, I mean Joe Biden was pretty much written off by everyone as a goner after New Hampshire and South Carolina. Things really turned around for him. And I want to talk about numbers coming out of New Hampshire today, according to the Boston Globe. Trump is at 60% in New Hampshire and Nikki Haley is at 38%. So what does she have to do today to have a good night? What numbers need to come out of there that she can declare that a victory and move on to South Carolina and Super Tuesday?
Nikki Haley has to come close, if not win in New Hampshire. These are the ideal conditions for her. You talk about the primary allowing for independents and even Democrats to come into the Republican primary to vote. You have the governor of New Hampshire, Sununu, is behind Nikki Haley. You couldn't have a better shot if you're her to try to rejigger the race. But if she doesn't come close, I think that the race for the Republican nomination is over. And the reason is what's ahead after New Hampshire. You're looking at not just at Nevada, where the former president has like a 50-point lead over Nikki Haley. You look at her own home state, Brittany, of South Carolina, where by most polling, she's already down the better part of 30 points. The last thing that Nikki Haley would want to do, if she wants to preserve political options for herself moving forward, is to not only lose in New Hampshire, maybe badly, but go home and lose again. So I think my expectation is if the polls hold and Donald Trump scores a decisive victory tonight, despite Dixville Notch, which went 6-0 for Nikki Haley at midnight. If he scores a decisive win, I expect that Nikki Haley will likely not be in this race much longer.
I do want to get to Dixville Notch. Right now, all 6 votes went to Nikki Haley at midnight. I know that's only 6 votes, and it's a fun tradition. But is there any foreshadowing with that race for tonight at all?
Well, it's fun to talk about Dixville Notch. For those that don't know, that's the first hamlet that always weighs in a presidential campaign. It's a cute place, by the way. If you've never been to Dixville Notch, into the lodge there, it's worth seeing. And I remember John McCain going there and all sorts of others in the past. A lot of fun. I don't think it has any bearing on what's about to happen. For all of you that are watching tonight, though, pay special attention and early to Manchester. That's where most of the early votes will come in tonight. If Nikki Haley is going to make this competitive at all, she has to do well in Manchester and the suburbs around Manchester, or this is going to go the way the polls are predicting, which will be a big win for the former president.